Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
So many scams, yes. And unfortunately, now that it's Christmas time, it's only going to get worse.
Banks in the Valley are on high alert, saying Operation Homeless is back.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Scammers will convince homeless people to cash stolen counterfeit checks for them, saying they'll give them a cut.
2 men from Georgia are in the Clay County Jail accused of running an Operation Homeless scam. 25-year-old Andrekas Bolden and 24-year-old Sammy Justice are each facing 2 felonies relating to check forgery.
Now, according to the search warrant, police say they tried hitting Fargo, West Fargo, and Dilworth with the fake checks. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson explains.
It began when 2 homeless men were walking together in Moorhead. According to a police search warrant, they were approached by 2 black men driving a Nissan Altima. The people in the car offered the homeless men $250 if they cashed a check for them. Right away, one of the homeless men realized it was a scam called Operation Homeless.
The fraudsters, as I'll refer to them, are going and stealing checks from businesses. And so then they're wiping them down, cleaning them up, and making these checks. And then they're going and finding homeless people, getting them cleaned up, getting them dressed up, saying, hey, if you go and cash this check, we'll give you some of it, but can you go into the bank, into these banks and try to cash these checks?
The 2 homeless men started to play along with the fraudsters, according to police. They went to a bank in Dilworth, but instead of cashing the stolen check, one of them passed a note to the bank teller who called 911. These 2 men are now in jail, being accused of approaching multiple homeless people in the area doing the same thing, possibly getting thousands of dollars from local banks.
Breaks my heart that these people are out on the streets already and they're trying to make it work.
Katie Beckman with Vision Bank in Fargo says they haven't been hit by the scam, but they're prepared for it.
I'm part of the Red River Valley security group, and so we meet quarterly. And so that's something that is just really cool because we are meeting with local law enforcement, everything, and so we're getting to know what scams are coming.
She says Christmas time is the busiest time for fraud of all types.
If you do see something suspicious, call your bank right away. And the other thing then for bankers is know your clients, know what's going on, and have that relationship. Because if you don't have that relationship, that's when things are going to slip and happen, and that's when clients are really going to get affected.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The 2 men accused of running the scam could serve each up to 10 years in jail if they're found guilty.
We've learned the name of the pilot involved in the deadly plane crash south of Fargo Thursday. 55-year-old Hans Allness was the only person aboard the small twin-engine plane and died shortly after it crashed. Allness worked for Fargo company Weather Modification International. Today, we were able to see the crash site up close. Pieces of the plane were scattered about 100 yards, and it was evident that it caught fire along the Wild Rice Riverbank. Neighbors in the area say they witnessed the plane flying very low and saw black smoke after it hit the ground. The FAA and NTSB are investigating the cause of the crash. The FAA is asking any witnesses with video of the crash to contact them.
A man's body has been recovered from the rubble of a collapsed building in downtown Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The old Copper Lounge building collapsed around 10:30 this morning. A 22-year-old woman and a dog trapped in the building were rescued earlier. City officials say they don't believe there are any other victims. The cause of the collapse has not been determined. North Dakota U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp described her meeting with President-elect Donald Trump as productive. The 2 met at Trump Tower in New York City this afternoon. The senator said that they wouldn't say if she was offered a post in Trump's administration or whether she'd take it if offered. But she did express a willingness to work with the president-elect. Political expert Kyle Kondik says that accepting the position could benefit Heitkamp, who faces a tough re-election in 2 years.
She's probably going to draw a top-tier opponent. I know that at-large Representative Kevin Cramer has sort of been talked about as maybe considering running, whereas if she were a cabinet secretary, she could be in office, be in the job for as many as 8 years potentially.
In a statement following today's meeting, Senator Heitkamp said she and President-elect Trump discussed a number of issues, including the Dakota Access Pipeline.
Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney and City Commissioner Tony Gehrig are at odds over tax incentives discussed in a recent tax-exempt committee meeting. Here's Gehrig's take on it.
They're kicking around the idea of, well, it costs more to build in a flood zone because of the basement and those type of things. So we should exempt more of the home's value if you do build in that zone. Well, why are we incentivizing building in an area where you shouldn't be building in the first place, right?
But the city is planning on buying out homes that will more than likely flood, homes like this one in South Fargo. However, Mayor Mahoney says Commissioner Gehrig doesn't know what he's talking about.
I was very disappointed. Yes, he was late because that's not at all what we said. But when we said the code words of their flood proofing, it costs more money, $4,000 to $6,000, the assumption on his part, oh, you're building in floodplain. No, we're building where we have developing lots, and they have to bring it to the proper level, so they're not in the, so they do the criteria that they're not have to get any flood insurance.
Mayor Mahoney says until there's certified flood protection like the FM diversion project, everyone is building in a floodplain, and their homes must follow the city requirement of being above 41.5 feet.
As the NDSU Bison move forward in their battle for a 6th straight FCS football championship, more and more green and yellow apparel is leaving the shelves of many stores in the FM area and around the country.
But just how much money is being generated from the Bison logo? Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons helps us crunch the numbers.
Football season for the Herd is the best season. It's a time for fans to come out and put their best green and yellow on display. Courtney Hagan, an NDSU junior, says she has too much Bison gear to name.
I finally invested in the great green and gold overalls as well for Bison game day, so my collection is rapidly growing.
But she joined Bison Nation for other reasons besides the football.
Bison Nation kind of takes you in from day one and like shields you underneath their wings, so it's kind of one big family.
While many stores offer only a limited supply of NDSU apparel on things like sweatshirts and t-shirts, the NDSU bookstore as well as Shields offer aisles and shelves worth. And according to the NDSU Senior Associate Athletic Director of External Operations, the latest must-have item is Bison socks.
Retailers and vendors have diversified quite a bit, and that's we've been a benefit of that.
Gergen says in 2010, NDSU generated over $116,000 from the royalties of the Bison logo. And this year, they expect $700,000. For every $10 spent on Bison items, NDSU gets 12%.
Retailers know that, turning product over is a priority, so they're going to carry things that sell well.
Ryan Anthony is here from Pennsylvania with family, and they made sure to stop by the NDSU bookstore to buy some Bison swag. Don't even think about bringing up Penn State football to this bunch, because even from across the country, they cheer for the Herd.
I like the fact that smaller universities are getting a chance to be more known.
With the holiday season upon us, shoppers can check out the new Bison NCAA championship gear on the market, which could push the total number of sales from this year at $16 million. Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
We spoke with some shoppers who say they usually go to a store first for their gear, but if the size or color they're looking for isn't there, then they try to find it online.
Racism and diversity, those were the focus of a teach-in at UND today. It was a series of discussions which included the use of social media and racism. It was hoped that students would gain more insight into name-calling on social media and diversity. One of today's speakers says when it comes to racism, much of it happens face-to-face.
Happens more in person, which I know is very contradictory to what we hear, but it more so happens in person. Sometimes it's purely hate-driven. And then other times it's more so misunderstandings.
Today's speakers say that many misunderstandings are often rooted in a lack of knowledge, from not talking to each other, and gaining an understanding of different people and cultures.
How about a little dancing with your shopping? Performers with Red River Dance and Performing Company in Fargo were thrilling the crowds at West Acres Mall this evening. There were 11 different classes performing to holiday music, giving shoppers a 45-minute treat that included ballet, jazz, lyrical, and hip-hop.